What's up, my lovely Sagittariuses? My name is Niche, and this is Truthfully Tarot. And if you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth. So let's get into it. All right, Sagittarius, welcome to your August reading, or really honestly anybody who resonates with this video and wants to see if there's a message for you. So we're going to start off with general messages from my Astro deck, and then we'll go into tarot for singles, for couples, and then any last messages that the universe may want you to know. That's just kind of the structure of our monthly horoscopic video, Sagittarius. How you doing? How's life been for you? And did you watch last month's video? Because, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Anyway, let's see what messages Spirit has for you in the general. What does Sagittarius? Okay, Sagittarius. The first card we got is Virgo, and it says the perfectionist on it. And then the second card we got is the 8th house energy, which it says transformation. And I just needed to sit with this energy for a moment, honestly, before I really just kind of dove into what I feel like I was getting. And it kind of took me a minute because this is very particular energy, Sagittarius. It feels like in the month of August, you are cutting out what you need to cut out in order to transform, or you have recently cut something out in order for you to transform. It's almost like you have been cutting some loose ends, or finally deading something in the water, or just cutting away at some things that have really kind of held you back and kind of made you feel a bit stuck and not redundant, but just feeling like you're kind of in a cycle that wasn't going anywhere. And Sagittarius is always need a motherfucking quest. They need a purpose, they need a reason, they need a mission, they need a why. Sagittarius needs a big why. And that is because you're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter don't like being in Virgo, because Jupiter likes being big. Jupiter likes its options. Jupiter likes being able to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he feels. But also Jupiter likes to learn and experience, and Jupiter can be a bit overindulgent. And Virgo is the opposite of overindulgent. You know what I'm saying? Like on the flip side, Jupiter also rules Pisces. So Jupiter rules both Sagittarius and Pisces, right? And Pisces can be like creative and just beautiful and imaginative, but also delusional. It's like you're in so much excess that now you don't even know what's real and what's fake. I'm just using that as an extreme so you can understand what I'm saying as far as like Jupiter energy, and then in relationship to Virgo and you letting go and releasing this bit of this excess. It feels like there's an area in your life, Sagittarius, where you've been in excess. And excess? Yeah, my southern roots coming out, baby. It feels like there's been an area in your life, Sagittarius, where you've just kind of been in overindulging, or there's a little bit of excess, or there's just this space where you've just kind of like given over to your baser instincts about something. And it feels like you either have cut that out or you are about to cut that out in order for you to transform. It just, again, back to what I said earlier, it's like you're cutting away dead weight. And that's not to say whatever you're cutting away is bad or wrong, but it's just like Sagittarius be needing a motherfucking purpose. They be needing to have a mission. They need to be they need a goal. They need something to go after, something to believe in. And I don't just mean like faith wise, but like an ideal or something. And it's like whatever you were indulging in, whatever it is this little vice was, it could be a person, could be activity, it could be whatever it is. No judgment over here. It could be even a way of behaving and treating people. It just feels like whatever that is, that behavior, that relationship, that dynamic, that whatever it is, has been holding you back and keeping you stuck. And like it's almost been like it's like you're trying to transform, you're trying to transmute, you're trying to grow into these new experiences, into this new place in life, but you kind of had this thing just kind of attached, and anytime you try to break free of it, you go back to it, or it pull you back in, and it's just been this thing, and it's been keeping you feeling like, because Sagittarius also likes to be like hopeful and optimistic, and just like that energy too, like always wanting to, like in some ways be blunt, but also like believe the best about people too, or things or circumstances or whatever. And it just feels like you've just had this realization recently that something needs to go, or something needs to be cut out. And it's so that you can move on, and so that you can transform, and so that you can level up into your next level of experience in life. Right? It just feels like you've hit a ceiling, Sag. I'm not even gonna hold you. It feels like you've hit a ceiling of some sort in your life. And you know that the things that you want are on the other side of this ceiling. For some of you, it's one that you've made for yourself. For other people, it could be systemic, or it could be something in your environment that's outside of your control. It could be a multitude of things. The point is, it feels like you've just reached a cap, and you're wanting more. You're needing more. But because there's this place in your life where you've kind of overindulged, like it just kind of took up a lot of space, more than necessary. And you're realizing that it has to go in order for you to push past this cap, or this barrier, or this like plateau that you're feeling. Like you need to let go, cut some dead weight. And for a lot of you guys, it's a relationship. Doesn't have to be, but for the 8th house to come up, and 8th house literally says on the card, birth, death, rebirth, sex, mystery, investments, afterlife, shared resources, inheritance, secrets, joint ventures, legacy. The 8th house is about, so just a little bit of astro info. The 7th house in astrology is about relationships, long-term partnerships, marriage. The 8th house is everything you do together. The things about you that are wrapped up in someone else, or wrapped up in something else. And this thing is usually secretive, pointing back to last month's video. Other times it's just hidden away because it's so deep, right? It could be a vice of some sort. I don't know. Again, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying that, and even the bottom deck energy is lessons. It's earth energy. And Virgo is an earth card. It says reorientation, awareness, 3D experience, like human condition, reality, practicality. You know, it's like you've just had I feel like life been kind of coming at you. For some of my Sagittarius, things just gotten really real in the past 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months. The past month, things have gotten a bit real. And you have come to some realizations. And that, I think that those realizations are helping you understand what needs to happen in order for you to feel a greater sense of inner fulfillment. And a greater sense of like peace and space. It feels like life is ready to burst you into a new season, a new group of people, not a new group of people. For some of you guys, maybe a new group of people. Like, I don't know. It just feels like life is wanting to like give you that next level, like a rocket, like bursting through the atmosphere. Like, it feels like life is wanting to give that to you, but you've been clinging to things that keep you from being able to pierce through into that next level, into that next phase, into that next thing that you really want, that next level of experience or whatever. And so in August, I think you either decide to let these things go for good, or you have let these things go for good, and you are reorienting and moving and doing life a bit differently now as a result of letting these things go. And you're like embracing the transformation process. It's so crazy because like I just did Leo's reading, and Virgo was all up and through that reading, and the first card to come out in your reading is Virgo. So maybe go check out the Leo video. I don't know. Let's hop into the tarot. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Some of you guys could be dealing with family stuff in the month of August as well. And what I mean by family stuff is family affairs. That's really vague. I can admit that. It just feels like maybe for some of my Sagittarius, you have to deal with some family stuff in August. It could deal with some type of documents or something like legally associated or something like that. I don't know what that energy is, to be honest. Let me sit on it and see if Spirit brings it back around. Alrighty, Sag. So we have the Fool upright and the 5 of Cups reverse. I mean, honestly, Sagittarius is really giving like you are really moving on and moving forward and like getting over what was not really working in your life. There is still a sense of like healing, or like maybe even healing isn't the word, but like letting go or grieving what once was. You know what I mean? There is a little bit of that, especially because the Temperance came out as well. And the Temperance is a card of balance. It's a card of patience. It's a card of just this sense of allowing things to settle into what it's supposed to be. It's this energy of allowing and patience and grace and and harmonizing, right? Reharmonizing. It feels like for a lot of my single dating Sagittarius is you're really getting over something. Plain and simple. You're getting over it. You're really looking to recalibrate. You're really looking to find a bit more peace in your life. And you're letting go of what was. And honestly, it feels like Sagittarius, some of y'all are deciding to embrace like truly being single. Like for real. Like it feels like some of my Sagittarius are really kind of chilling out on the situationships. It feels like even some of my Sagittarius, and this is kind of crazy, but again, Virgo is here, so it's not really off the board. It feels like maybe some of my Sagittarius decide to be celibate for a season, and to really focus on healing, to really focus on leveling up, to really focus on yourself, because we have the Devil reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. And so it just feels like my Sagittarius is not really trying to like be out here dating for real. Like, it's like you're not really out here trying to, it's like you've identified some things about yourself that have been toxic. You've been identifying ways in which you maybe have been showing up that is not in the highest of integrity. It could be you're just realizing that there are certain habits and vices that you have that you've been indulging in, you know, to the general reads point, that you're really just like, no, I'm ready to like start over. I'm ready to, with the Fool here, like I'm ready to begin again, to begin anew, to start a new journey, a new way of being. And you're kind of letting go of some of your like toxic ways, Sagittarius. I see you, babe. Some of y'all are letting go of your toxic ways a little bit. You've like realized some things about yourself recently. The energy has been crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. And it feels like you guys have realized some things about yourself. And if it's not like the toxicity, you've realizing the ways in which you've been toxic, or you've been engaging in like toxic dating or toxic relationships or situationships, or just like dynamics that don't support you, that feel like addictive, that aren't supportive of what you want. Like it feels like you're identifying that, you've letting them go, you're ready to start over, you're ready to start anew. But also, Sagittarius, if it's not like toxic patterns that you are releasing, it feels like there's a connection that, no, because I'm gonna get into that in the couples. Maybe, I don't know, Sag. It just feels like if it's not like you've realized some toxic patterns or habits that you're letting go of, it feels like there could be like a person that you've recently let go of. And this letting go of them is helping you to achieve more balance and harmony in your life. And you are like, I don't know. It feels like you're not waiting for, it feels like you're not waiting anymore. You're not waiting on this person anymore. You're not waiting on this situation to become something. Especially for some of y'all that may be in like various situationships. It's like you realize this is not going to come to any fruition. Like I'm waiting for nothing. Three of Wands. I'm just waiting, and it's not happening. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm gonna be celibate for a season. I'm going to, decenter these things that have kind of taken me out of myself, because we also have here, and to that point, we have the Ace of Wands that came out, and then the Knight of Wands reversed. Knight of Wands is very like, it's giving player, honestly. If we want to use it in this particular context, it could be player energy, or just like energy, it's fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's just like, it's consuming, it wants to go, it's led by its passions, it's led by it being inspired, but this is in reverse. for these new beginnings. It just feels like, Sag, I'm not even gonna hold you. It just feels like for my single/dating Sagittarius is you're like taking some time to not date. You're taking some time to not be in the streets. You're taking some time to really heal and really focus. You've identified some toxic things, whether that's people, habits, behaviors, thought process. You're letting that go so that you can move forward and create more space in your life. And it feels like, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, it feels like you are starting this new journey in this new, it feels like you're in this very new energy because of the things that you've let go of or the things that you're about to let go of, and nurturing yourself, nurturing your vision, nurturing this kind of new vision, this kind of new way of being that you're growing into. You are being very like you're really protecting that in August. You're really just like, I have to really not go back to the old cycles and the old habits and the old people and the old, things that feel familiar. It's like in August, you're like, it's like precious, like this pentacle that the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing and taking care of. She's using what she has to plant a seed so it can grow into a fruitful garden. And it just feels like, Sag, you are about to plant some new seeds. And you are taking this very seriously in the month of August. And you're really just like focusing on yourself in the month of August. And you're really trying to continue to heal and be better and be clearer. Sagittarius. And not go back to old patterns and not go back to old cycles and old situations and old expired things that, you've kind of been indulging in for a minute. Sag, for my singles, it feels like a lot of my Sag singles are really trying to get their shit together and really trying to heal and level up and grow and kind of identify these things and not participate. It feels like some of y'all Sag just learned your lesson is what it's given. And you're not trying to go around and do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I think a lot of my single Sagittarius that were dating aren't trying to date. They're being single and they're really just focusing on harnessing that energy toward themselves and building something. Okay, so let's see what messages we got. Okay, I saw the cards. If they come back out, I'll take them. So let's see what's going on for my Sagittarius that are in couples, that are in long-term relationships. Spirit, what message do you have? So the first two cards that came out is the Ten of Wands upright and the Ace of Swords reversed. For some of my Sagittarius that are in couples, it feels like some of you guys are either not being honest about the relationship, how you feel, where it's at, what you want, and it's becoming a burden for you. And it's like you've been avoiding telling your partner the truth about how you feel. It's like, Sag, it feels like a lot of my Sagittarius are feeling some type of way about their relationship and they're not telling their partner, or their partner is feeling some type of way and they're not saying something. As a reader, I'm primarily focused on you getting the reading, not the other person that's involved. So I'm going to say that most likely, you may be the one, but it could be the other person. But like I said, I'm primarily speaking to the reader, to those that are getting a reading. It feels like you feel some type of way about your relationship, but you're not saying anything about it. And it's starting to burden you. It's starting to feel heavy. It's starting to leak out in how you relate to your partner in a way that is like not the healthiest. I'll say that. And it's been like you've been avoiding sharing this truth, sharing what it is that you think or what it is that you feel or what it is that you want, some type of communication, and it's being avoided. A decision has not been being made about something that you feel or something that is true or something that you want to say. There's just there's this highly avoidant energy of saying something that, in my opinion, because of what it is. It could affect the relationship in a big way or in a significant way. And it's like, you want to share, you want to say this, you want to communicate, but you're just really nervous or scared about how your partner is going to react or respond if you tell them this truth. And so you've been really avoiding this in your relationship. And tell me, yeah, look at that. The Knight of Cups came out. And again, knights are messengers, right? And this is a card of vulnerability. Ooh, and we know Sagittarius, y'all sometimes struggle with vulnerability. I was about to say volunteering. With vulnerability. Sometimes my Sagittarius is, y'all really struggle with vulnerability. And I think that whatever you need to share will require you to be vulnerable. And I think that maybe that's why you've been resisting telling your partner this, because there's some fear there around vulnerability that is present. What advice would you have for my Sagittarius though for this? Damn. The Four of Pentacles reversed. So upright, the Four of Pentacles represents, look at him. He holding on to everything. He not sharing a motherfucking thing. Let me tell you, this man is holding on for dear life. You can't even get the shit he said, on my head, on my heart, on my feet, where I'm going, how I feel, and what I know. It's all being held, and I'm not saying shit, and I'm not sharing shit. This came out reversed. I love spirit. That's all I'm gonna say. The cards are really clear. Sagittarius, you need to open up and be vulnerable and share with your partner this information or how you feel or what you think or whatever it is, it's information, because you know what it is, right? I don't know what it is. I can't read your mind. This is a collective reading. You know what I'm saying? But you really need to share with your partner how you feel, and be brave and vulnerable, and share this information, because it's not doing you any good to hold this back, and it's affecting your relationship negatively from what I can see. Like it puts bad vibes out when you're holding something back or keeping something secret. And a lot of times your partner can feel it. And then if you act like there's nothing to share, they can internalize that. And it can just be really unhealthy dynamic you can create in your relationships when you are not honest with yourself and when you're not honest with your partner about things that would affect them or would affect the relationship. I love you. For real. Because like, I'm not finna sit here and act like if these cards are out is because there's fear there. Like there's like legitimate concerns, and it could affect everything. Like I don't want to like make light of that, but if this message is for you, and you will know if it is for you, the encouragement is for you to embrace vulnerability and share the truth and be brave with your partner so that they can participate in this with you, and so that you guys can figure it out together or decide to separate. I don't know, and I'm not about to ask that question, because there's free will. Let's just say that. It's free will. There's a strong encouragement for you to open up and be vulnerable, and for you to share with your partner. That's the message that I have for my Sagittarius that are in relationships. And again, for a small amount of you, this is your partner, and they're struggling with vulnerability and being open with you about some type of truth. If it's not you, and you feel like you resonate with it, it could be your partner. In which case, I would just, kindly and compassionately invite them into honesty. Because a lot of times when we are afraid to share something with our partner, it's because, we've experienced certain types of reactions from our truth in our childhood that have conditioned us to believe that people respond a particular way. And so then out of fear of getting that response, we don't share, we don't communicate that truth. And because maybe somewhere in your childhood or in a series of experiences, you've been taught that opening up has disastrous consequences, or being vulnerable, causes A, B, C, and D, when really that person just didn't have compassion and space enough for your vulnerability. And that doesn't mean that your current partner can't provide you with that, but you have to be willing to give them the opportunity to show up for you and to support you, which is vulnerable. And again, Sagittarius can struggle with that. But I want to support you in your highest good for your relationships, for you as a single person, and for your life in general. Like, that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? To support you in that and to share with you and to help you come into conscious awareness so that you can make the best decisions for yourself, right? Let's see any other messages you have for my Sagittariuses in general. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Some of my Sagittariuses are struggling with commitment. This could be commitment to business or work, or it could be commitment to a partner. Because we also have upright the 10 of Pentacles, which is, it can be a card about family, but it is also a card about foundation building. It's a card about legacy. It's a card about business. You know, it's more commerce. You know, the 10 of Cups is more like romantic love and like this emotional fulfillment. 10 of Pentacles is more like legacy, business, foundation, that type of thing. So for me, this message can be for either of you, but there's a sense of struggling to commit. And, you know, I think with Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is so vision oriented, so ideologically driven in a lot of ways, optimistic, and wanting to experience a broad range of experiences and dynamics. And, you know, there's this strong sense of needing to have a sense of freedom to experience and explore. That is all well and good. And I don't think Sagittariuses need to not be that. I think that the lesson is where is the adventure within the commitment? You know what I'm saying? And finding an adventure worth committing to. Because each and every person or project is an adventure that has a life cycle, right? Everything in life has a life cycle. Everything lives and everything dies. Everything about our existence on earth is transient in nature. And so then commitment becomes finding the projects and the people that inspire you to go on the journey and continue on the journey, and see it through, you know? And again, this could be business related. This could be work related, for reasons you're maybe doubting your position at work, or I don't know. I don't even know if that, maybe a very small point of view, but it just feels like some of you guys are struggling with commitment, struggling with this sense of stability in your life, or you're finding yourself thinking that you are more stable than you actually are, if that makes sense. It's like, oh, you think you're doing things a certain kind of way, but then you keep having these types of experiences that feel similar, right? Yeah, it just feels like some of my Sagittarius are struggling with commitment. Yeah, not making a decision about where you want to go and how you want to move, and committing and sticking to that. Here's the thing. Sagittarius, everything is always a matter of perspective. And I think you probably understand that more than most signs. The energetic archetype of Sagittarius, especially if you have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart. Limit is a thing for you. Feeling limited, feeling like your options are limited is a thing for you. And to that point in the beginning of the video, when I was talking about Jupiter being the planet that rules your sign, Jupiter is about indulgence and excess and the constant ever need of knowledge and experience. But at what point does that become your detriment? At what point does this thirst for knowledge and experience and partners keep you from actually the thing that you really, truly want and desire in your heart? Right? I just want Sagittarius those that are struggling with commitment issues in August to really think about why you struggle with commitment and what are you so afraid of? What do you feel like you were going to lose? And then pro and con it with what you could possibly gain. Business or relationship. It could be business or relationship. Yeah. But let me tell you, there's something in your life you committed to. So why is it hard to transfer that energy to a different area in your life? Maybe love or partnerships or relationships or friendships. Like, you can commit to work. Why can't you commit to a partner? Like, I don't know. And then it's the level of like, is this the right one? The one. I feel like that's a whole other video, to be honest. Sagittarius, this idea of the one, and is this person the one? The one is who you choose. Bitch. The one is who you motherfucking choose. That's the one. I don't know. Y'all don't want to hear me today. Y'all don't want to hear me today. The one is the one that you choose, baby. The thing is, Sagittarius, you just got to trust your intuition. You got to trust your intuition and not be afraid of yourself and afraid of what you want and what it is you truly desire. Because if you are truly tapped into your intuition, if you are truly tapped into what you want and what your body wants and what makes you feel inspired and makes you feel some type of way, if you really can identify that, then I encourage you to open up and to explore that. Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe that was just a message for somebody. Because I forgot what I was saying, what my point is. So honestly, I think I'm done, Sagittarius. I think I'm done. Let me know if you resonate with this video. I'm going to start doing live streams really soon, which is going to be fun because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking to empty rooms until it's not, because that's how it goes. Anyway, Sagittarius, I love you. Be blessed. I see you. I want you to know that I'm in your corner and I am supportive of your journey and that I believe in you, Sagittarius, and I believe in your capacity. And, I believe that you're capable. Love you. Bye.